many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do, lace up the shoes.
Coach, this is what I'm talking about. NFL playoffs at Lambeau Field with a snowstorm camped out over the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. All day, baby. All day. All day.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
And 9 yards to go.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Buying time, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Alabama, 380. Coming to you. Second reload.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell, and some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll give this to Bell running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Wait, set, 380!
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And his kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Vikings take over. Come on, man, let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe-bashed
that. Super toe.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Pick up on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Wait, set, 180! Check, right 54, right 54. Watch the slant.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Grant. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit, thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
52's the mic. Jump out. Watch the slip.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
No, check that. We want Mike 50. Hey, Echo. Watch the curls. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, pick 26. Check.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers, and lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Come on, let's go. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey, we got the inside.
On play action, now Rodgers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Bell sheds him off and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
First down, Vikings.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's got some space here. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Le'Veon Bell, 54 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Corey Grant, 68 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On second down, it's Bell. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Open man is Anderson. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Abdullah. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Wait, put it! Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, hey!
On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Haywood! Bandit! Mike 51!
Shotgun now for Brady. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They go back to Abdullah on first. And Abdullah lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check the hot read. No.
On second down now, it's Bell. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check safety. Greystone, travel.
Brady now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Juju Smith-Schuster, 40 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On third down. It's Grant, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, you block over here. Out. Check.
Mike 52.
Bring it.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Rodgers scoring on the sneak from a yard out as they are able to cut into that lead. Now this time Rodgers will throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. They'll go again with Bell. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Vikings. Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. This is Grant. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he'll go down, and that will do it. for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
258. We own it. Hey, 88. Hey, Team 6.
Rodgers to throw on third down. And Adams has it complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Rodgers to throw once more. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Rodgers with a keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. They will run with Grant. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
4th down and goal.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Who that? Check. Crunch.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
Wait, that 380. Check 56. They gonna need some therapy.
Going to run with Madison again. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. The number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Rodgers, and he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line. Anthony Barr and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Wait, that's wide, 80. 6 right there, 56. Here we go.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be